Tonight, Parliament takes a stand as Speaker Alban Bagbin speaks out against alleged misconduct by Asutifi North and Asutifi South MPs in inciting attacks on officials of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat NAIMOS, warning that the House won't shield lawmakers who break the law.
I want to take this opportunity to condemn in no uncertain terms the attack on the team of security officers who have been assigned to help deal with the menace of Galamsey.
We have details as the majority leader reveals that one of the MPs involved has already been arraigned.
And I received a call not quite long ago that he has been taken to court, and as we speak, he is actually in court being arraigned.
This is Top Story, always brought to you by Telecel Connecting Energies, Holy Insecticide Spray and Coil, Enjoy a Holy Sleep, and also by Shield Pension, Trust into the Future with you. Now, Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin has condemned Asutifi North MP Ebenezer Kwaku and MP for Asutifi South Dauda for allegedly inciting an attack on officials of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat NAIMOS. The alleged actions of the MPs are believed to obstruct ongoing effort to combat illegal mining in the country, particularly in areas under the MPs' constituencies. In a strongly worded address to the House, Speaker Bagbin issued a stern warning to members of Parliament that the House won't shield any lawmaker who break the law or engage in what he calls misconduct. Listen to him.
The report of attacks on a team from the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, a task force which we all know has been established to combat illegal mining activities in the country, is most worrying. Also worrying is the fact that the attack was allegedly incited by one of our own, the Member of Parliament for Asutifi North Constituency, Honorable Ebenezer, who further ropes in a senior member of this House, Honorable Dauda. While I'm yet to be fully briefed on the matter, I want to take this opportunity to condemn in no uncertain terms the attack on the team of security officers who have been assigned to help deal with the menace of Galamsey, which has to be dealt with robustly. I have therefore instructed the Office of the Clerk and the Legal Services Office to provide all the needed support to the investigation by the Ghana Police Service within the framework of the 1992 Constitution, the laws of this country, and the standing orders of the House.
So that was the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, speaking there. Now, we've been joined on the line by our Parliamentary Affairs Correspondent, Asante, with some more details on this particular happening. Now, this started coming up over the weekend. A lot of people have spoken to this. The MP at the center of this particular development, the Asutifi North MP, and his colleague MP on the South have all spoken on this particular matter. The police have also issued a statement on this particular development. Let's try and bring in Asante, who is our man in Parliament, to give us some update. But let me run you through what the police have also said on this particular matter. Now, according to the police, the IGP has directed the Criminal Investigations Department, CID headquarters, to take over the investigations into the attack on the Director of Operations of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NAIMOS, and his team. And they speak about details of that. I'll get you there, but let me take you to Parliament now. Kwaku Asante is with us on the line. Kwaku, I mean, the minority leader speaking on this particular development had a warning for his colleagues. What did he say?
Well, Brace, according to Alexander Afenyo-Markin, it appears there is still a lot of partisan politics when it comes to the fight against illegal mining. His call to his colleagues on the floor is that they must see Galamsey as an existential threat to the lives and livelihoods of the Ghanaian people, and MPs and other persons must not be seen in a way that fuels illegal mining in their respective constituencies.
Mr. Speaker, can we, as political leaders, for once, agree to stay the partisan approach on this matter and deal with it and let our citizens know that this is a matter that affects the country and our own livelihoods? Perhaps the medical practitioners are not sharing with us the revealing reports in the various hospitals enough. So it's like business as usual. Mr. Speaker, I would wait for another day where we would discuss this matter in detail. But I would, by way of conclusion, say that the issue of Galamsey calls for action, collective, not an NDC MPP affair, but a Ghana affair, so that it doesn't become like who you go to the area the people are mining, and then you say, oh, because you may lose election, you don't want to talk about it, or they will even push you to be lawless, all in the interest of votes that would end up in a coffin. Do we want to be burying people every weekend and all? Mr. Speaker, let me leave the rest for the leader of the House to put out for the records, and pray that that time will come for us to have a full discussion on this matter and send a strong message to the nation that enough is enough with the partisan approach on this Galamsey matter. Mr. Speaker.
Kwaku, so after the minority leader has spoken, he threw the invite to the majority leader to also speak. We understand he made an announcement as to an MP being put before court. What are the details?
Well, yes, according to Majority Leader Muhammad, the Asutifi North MP, who is at the heart of this controversy and allegations of attack on NAIMOS, has been put before the court. We do not have much details yet, but according to the Majority Leader, the MP presented himself to CID in the company of the Majority Chief Whip. He was interrogated and then arraigned, and subsequently we understand that he may have been granted bail or something of the sort. We do not have the details, but listen to the Majority Leader. Let's have the details in terms of what exactly happened.
So we scheduled that this morning the member should be sent to the CID headquarters to meet with one of the deputy CID directors for processing. And so this morning he went with our Majority Chief Whip and his lawyer. They received him at CID headquarters, took him through the processes, and I received a call not quite long ago that he has been taken to court, and as we speak, he is actually in court being arraigned. And so let me also indicate that as members of Parliament, we do not consider ourselves being above the law. Mr. Speaker, what I know is that the honorable member has flatly denied the allegations made of he instigating some community members against the law enforcement agencies, the military and the police. And I also got a call from the senior member that you alluded to, Honorable Collins, Dauda. He called me from South Africa And indeed, he was very surprised because it happened in his constituency, and he was very surprised about the report that the media has put out there about what really happened. He was also of the firm belief that the report that he received is consistent with the claims being made by the Honorable Member of Parliament that he never instigated members of the communities against the law enforcement agencies.
So those were the details being provided by the Majority Leader, Mahama Ayarga there. Now, we'll be speaking to lawyers of the Asutifi MP shortly, but my colleague Kenneth Jesse joins me in studio with a statement from the opposition MPP in that particular constituency, Asutifi, where this particular incident happened. What are the highlights of this statement?
Well, let's go through briefly. It says that the Asutifi North MPP is expressing disappointment on the conduct of its Member of Parliament, that is Ebenezer Kwaku Addo, on his alleged involvement in deploying thugs to attack NAIMOS and its operations at Hwidiem on Saturday, the 1st of November. And then they are making some demands. They say that among these demands are they want a collaboration with Newmont Ghana Gold to demarcate portions of its legitimate mining concession for Galamseyers and the general youth to do small-scale mining within 3 months of assumption of power. That is a promise that they are saying that this MP made, and the status of the promise, they say, still remains a dream. They say he also promised the completion of the MP's own hometown in Trosso highway bridge, which had been started and about 90% completion by the previous member of parliament, which has also not been done. They continue to say that it is imperative to state that while the Asutifi North New Patriotic Party, as well as other several constituents, are disgusted about such a shame, they are also not surprised about such an alleged criminal conduct of the Honourable MP, because deployment of thugs and his association with Galamsey boys have been his modus operandi before, during, and after the 2024 general elections. Again, Parliamentary Hansard may have captured their MP, or in his first statement on the floor of Parliament as MP, supporting the youth of the constituency against some operations of Newmont Ghana Gold, that is Ahafo Kenyasi and in Trosso. So these are excerpts of the statement that the New Patriotic Party branch in Asutifi North constituency have released, basically condemning the alleged actions of their MP, Ebenezer Kwaku Addo.
So those were the highlights from the MPP in that particular constituency. This is still top story here on Joy 99.7. And top story, as always, is brought to you by Telecel, connecting energies, holy insecticide spray and coil. Enjoy a holy sleep. And also by Shield Pension Trust, into the future with you. Let me bring in the second deputy majority whip and also MP for Bia East, Richard Achampion. I'm grateful to you, sir, for joining us here. Now, do we know which court he was taken to? Because there are some fears out there that this won't go anywhere.
Good evening, my brother.
I'm trying to find out from you whether or not we know which court he was taken to.
Actually, I don't know the court that he has been taken to, but what I know is he reported to the CID headquarters. A statement was taken. He was granted bail, but he needs to fulfill some bail conditions. That was the latest information I had. So as to if he has been able to go through the process and then come out from the CID or still in the court, that one, I've not been briefed about it.
So you cannot tell where he is currently?
No, because about 30 or 1 hour ago, I got that briefing and I moved to another meeting. So I'm here to find out from other members if indeed he's taken to court or he's been able to go through the bail condition and is back either to the House or to the Chamber. But I'm in the House now. I'm referring to Parliament House, but he is not with us as I speak. So I can find out where he is now, or if he's been able to go through the conditions and is back home.
Now, police in their statement that they put out earlier said the MP reportedly arrived with a group of men and demanded their release. When his demand was refused, the group forcibly removed the suspect's handcuffs and chased the NAIMOS team from the scene. This is what the police is putting out there. We're now being told that the House wants to unite, wants this fight to be a united fight. What is it that the House would want to do to send that message to Ghanaians out there that we are not insulated if we are found guilty?
If you listen carefully to what the Speaker said, he said members have some immunity, but it doesn't mean if you go doing something wrong, that immunity will cover you. You will be released and you face the full consequences of your actions and inactions. So if anybody tells you that because he's a member of Parliament, he's going to be shielded or whatever, I don't think that was the communication from the Speaker. Even any other member can petition the Privileges Committee, and that matter can still be investigated. But now it's before the security agencies. We should allow that process to end. If anyone is not satisfied, you can still petition the Privileges Committee. Because the issue is, where the issue happened, Honorable Addo is not a member of Parliament of that area. So the issue is, nobody is interested voting for him at that place. So who are you saving over there? If he had intervened in his own constituency, one can conclude that because of votes or because he wanted to show face for the people to have sympathy for him, that was the reason why he took those decisions. He was just attending his funeral, and then he chanced upon all these things. But the issue is, he could have also drove off, but I don't know what influenced his decision, but it has happened. So let's get the full details, listen to both sides, so that we can come to a better conclusion than to listen to one side and condemn the other party. You and I were not there. We don't know how the whole thing unfolded. But I ask myself, Agyei is not part of his constituency. So what is his motivation to do all these things? And within the space of, let's say, 5-10 minutes, how can he mobilize about 600 people to come attack the military officers or the security agencies? My worry is how the youth is taking up all these matters. A military officer who is holding gun, and you with a machete or a stone trying to attack a military officer, assuming they did not put their professionalism to play, and they decided to shoot randomly, what could have happened? So these are some of the matters we need to sit back and address. Because why do you put your life in danger? How much are you getting from the gold that you're extracting from the ground? How much? Well, to lose your life.
Well, according to the police statement, these youth you're talking about were incited by the member of Parliament.
I wasn't there, so I can't argue with the police officers who were there. They've made their case. The honorable member is also worried that all his interventions, nobody is acknowledging what he did, and rather we are blaming him. So let him face the CID, the security agencies, or the court. He will present his case. The security agencies will also present their case, and then the judge will be a determinant of all this, so that we'll come to a better conclusion. If it is concluded that the honorable member was at the center of everything, he caused all these problems, the law will deal with him. But until I hear from both sides, I can't jump to any conclusion. About 2 months ago, we went to NAIMOS, Kenya, mines. We followed up to their Sunyane mine, the new one that they are trying to establish. The MP is not a member of our committee, but he joined us. So I got to say that he has some in-depth knowledge about mining and all that because he has worked with them before. Maybe that motivated him to intervene. I don't know. For yesterday, I tried calling him. He couldn't respond to the call. Let the MP have his case, make his own submission, his presentation, and just suppose his statement with what the police have put out, so that all of us will read through between the lines and get to a better conclusion.
Okay.
I'm not defending anybody, and I'm not blaming anybody because I wasn't there when the issue happened. But let's give them the opportunity to make their case. The court will decide. So if somebody says to not go anywhere, I don't get it.
Okay. All right.
It's early this year.
I'm grateful to you. Richard Achampon is the second deputy majority whip in Parliament. This is still top story. Now, the police, according to their statement, says a mob not numbering about 600 allegedly incited by the MP later besieged the Hwidiem police station, demanding the release of the miners and seized the vehicles. The crowd vandalized the director's vehicle, damaged parts of the police station, and threatened to set it ablaze. And the police says reinforcement teams from the Ahafo Regional Command were deployed to restore order and to prevent further destruction. Now, calm was eventually restored through the joint effort of the police, the military, and the Zongo chief of Hwidiem, who helped mediate the situation and facilitate the safe evacuation of the NAIMOS team. And we're being told tonight that the member of parliament at the center of this has been arraigned before court. As to whether he's been able to secure bail, his colleague MP was not able to confirm. Let's bring in Deputy Ranking Member on Land and Natural Resources Committee, Konedu Akwesi. Grateful to you, sir, for joining us here. Now, from where you stand, how must this issue progress such that it could serve as a deterrent and show Ghanaians that indeed government, which includes Parliament, is really committed to dealing with this Galamsey menace? Hello, Honorable Kunedu, do I have you?
Yes, you do.
Great. So I'm trying to find out from you. I mean, Parliament, we understand, now wants to get this fight, have a united front. And I'm asking from where you sit and what you know, how might this case progress to send that signal to Ghanaians that, in fact, Ghana is ready to confront this menace head on?
Let me thank you very much, and also thank your terrorist listeners, and say a very good evening to everyone. Yes, I mean, this story comes to me with a bit of slight and an uneasiness about what has happened at Hwidiem and involving the Member of Parliament. As it stands now, first and foremost, let's just be clear as to what has happened. First and foremost, he denies, that is what today we're told, that he denies that he instigated the youth in doing what they did, to the extent that even the commander of NAIMOS said he was threatened and afraid of his life. But what I say is this: what would engineer or what would inure to your benefit that when an operational activities of an organization or an outfit like NAIMOS, which is trying to confront the menace of illegal mining activities in this country, even with the activities, some of us find it as not enough to curtail that illegal activity that is ongoing, to the extent that when they are even trying some way, somehow, you go there on what basis that somebody has been arrested, involved in an illegal activity, and therefore they are handing that person over. You go to intervene in what sense? If the person is innocent, you'll be innocent and set free. And for about 600 individuals to go to that extent of threatening the lives of these men and women who are trying to help us fight illegal activity, I think it's an unfortunate situation. And regardless of the fact that he is a member of parliament, we have no way of condoning that. Today, it was clear that first and foremost he's been invited by the police CID. We were told by the majority leader that as we spoke and sat in the chamber, he was in the court. Whatever he was doing in the court, I don't really know. Maybe probably he was being charged and was being given an opportunity of a bail condition or the rest. We are going to follow this matter through and through, because the point is this: for them to go that extent of even taking the keys and taking the handcuff off the hands of whoever was being arrested or apprehended by the NAIMOS team, it's highly uncalled for. You are just blatantly giving people an opportunity that they should defy and go against the legally established. You see,
if you say you're going to follow it through and through, what exactly are you going to do?
First and foremost, whatever the case involves and what are the details of these cases and wherever this case ought to get to, because first and foremost, if we don't get to the bottom of this matter, if you remember at the beginning of this Parliament, I think in the first session of this Parliament, Mr. Speaker made a point that any member of Parliament found to be involved in the matter of illegal mining activities in this country, he was going to make sure that the full rigors of the law will be applied to that person, and even to the extent that that person may lose his seat. And therefore, if anybody has evidence to that effect, the person must provide that to him, and is going to carry it on from there. Now, this is the information that we have. Snippets of evidence are being given to us to the extent that the police have invited a colleague member of Parliament to that effect, that he mobilized mobs to attack the NAIMOS. What we are going to do is this. We'd have to follow and make sure that if indeed there is an iota of truth in the matter, this matter ought not to rest, so that it serves as an example to other people. Are we going to say that if other people attack other state agencies or other organizations that are set out to help us fight these illegal activities, and they also mop up on the basis of the activity found to be true, that the member of Parliament led that, how are we going to sustain the fight against illegal mining activities in this country? Our lives are in danger with these activities.
Okay.
And if an effort is being made, which is not even adequate, and you are able to lead people just to show them that you are representing them on the basis of what? You don't represent people by leading them into an illegal activity.
Okay.
That is uncalled for.
All right. I'm grateful to you. Kunedu Akwesi is Deputy Ranking Member on the Lands and Natural Resources Committee. Now, the police says it strongly condemns the attack and would like to caution against interference with law enforcement operations. And it concludes. The police concludes by saying that a special operation has been launched to identify and arrest perpetrators to face the full rigors of the law. We'll be keeping base with that particular one to know what exactly is happening. But there you have it. The police says they are committed to identifying all the people who have a hand in this and get them to face the law. The minority in Parliament says they will also keep their keep tabs on this particular development, such that they will ensure that when the evidence that they have is proven in court, I'm sure they would ensure the right things are done. Now, some people have already started calling for the NDC to act and to even get this member of Parliament out of the party because of this. This morning, Samuel made such a call saying that, well, looking at the evidence available, it's important the party even takes a bold stand to show that, in fact, they are committed to dealing with the Galamsey menace. Whether or not that is something that, will be supported, we will be taking a cue or will be focusing on it to see what happens. But let's bring in Awula Serwah, who is the coordinator for eco-conscious citizens. Awula, I'm grateful to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, with what is happening, we are told that the MP has been arraigned before court. Right?
I'm sorry, the line is a bit faint. You're saying?
Awula, can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you now.
Yeah, we are told that the MP at the center of this whole development has been arraigned before court.
Yes.
Is this one of the things you are looking out for?
I mean, it's a step in the right direction. All civil society and others were asking for was accountability. That if the facts as we were told are true, and that NAIMOS, which is mandated to put an end to illegal mining, they were attacked, and that if it is true that a member of Parliament was behind or inciting or part of these attacks, it's only right that the matter is strictly dealt with. So if indeed they've been arraigned before court, that's a step in the right direction. And we commend all involved in ensuring that the people of Ghana can see that justice can be done.
And does this meet your expectation as to how you expect this
sorry,
particular?
the line is a bit
I'm asking whether it meets your full expectation of how this matter should be treated.
Well, let's say that it's a step in the right direction. It would have been helpful if when the attack took place, NAIMOS had issued a statement so that there's no speculation. We know exactly what took place. And we thank, as usual, award-winning journalist Erastus Asaredonko for bringing this matter to our notice, because illegal mining is perceived to be going on because highly placed persons are involved. So, be that as it may, action has now been taken. The Member of Parliament, we believe, has been arraigned before court. If that's the case, it's a step in the right direction. We must now leave the court to do its work.
Awula, I'm grateful to you for joining us here. Awula Serwah is coordinator of the Eco-Conscious Citizens Ghana. This has been Top Story, brought to you by Telecel Connecting Energies, Holy Insecticide Spray and Coil, Enjoy Holy Sleep, and also by Shield Pension, Trust into the Future with you. Up next is Newsnight.